Hello, Erica Hargreave here from StoryToGo, and welcome to another episode of our series exploring extended reality applications. Have you ever attended an art exhibition where the art is invisible? Well, that's what my niece and I do in this episode as we visit our local botanical gardens to see the Seeing the Invisible Augmented reality art exhibition. With many art galleries closed to the public in 2021 due to the global pandemic, Hadass Mayor, Michael Herring, and the Jerusalem Botanical Gardens came together to begin to dream up an outdoor art exhibit that would remind visitors that botanical gardens are about exploring art in harmony with nature and would allow artists and botanical gardens worldwide to come together to create an experience virtually that could be enjoyed simultaneously in a number of different gardens worldwide without any travel, and as such limiting the cost of hosting such an international art exhibit. How, you ask? By creating a GPS-triggered augmented reality art exhibition. Ultimately, this challenged visitors to begin to explore gardens through a new lens, opening up their perspectives and perceptions to what a garden is. They took this a step further. By carefully curating where each piece of AR art was placed in each garden, they created a different digital experience within each garden, essentially offering a different experience in each place. The art commissioned from 13 artists, many whom were new to creating augmented reality, were engaging, thought-provoking, magically whimsical, and created a sense of wonder. Cora Apps made this possible through a GPS-triggered AR application that allowed garden visitors to discover the art through their smartphones and tablets. The app shared a map of the AR art in each of the botanical gardens. When you got near a piece of art, you were prompted to scan the ground, revealing the art. Woohoo, 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 woohoo. In some cases, the AR art was responsive, as was the case in crossing through the gates of a YY's Gilded Cage, or Origar's Forget-Me-Not AR floral arrangement exploding as you approached it. In other cases, the art was playful, creating a sense of delight and setting a tone through sound, as was the case with Sarah Mayoa's Dawn Chorus. Still other cases made you feel as though you'd stepped outside of our present realm into a new one, to gaze back into our reality, as was the case with Mellow Callahan's Numa. Timur Sequin's Biome Gateway took you completely out of this reality and placed you into a whole other reality. While Dato Manby's Morphocore prototype AR got real-world dancers attempting to dance with an AR dancer. Hard to leave this experience without having your imagination sparked and your wheels of thought all wound up. Having said that, the degree to the wonder, curiosity, and questions greatly varies depending on how well the user is able to experience the exhibit. When my niece and I visited the Seeing the Invisible AR art exhibit at the Royal Botanical Gardens in Burlington, Ontario, we followed all the instructions beforehand and downloaded the app to our devices. Yet, when we arrived there and we started to scan the site where the AR art was supposed to be, no art materialized. Quickly, we discovered we were not alone in this issue. Not sure if this was indeed the cause, but here's what one of the other visitors had to say.
Okay, so my phone was not working, but it only shows the map.
Okay.
He told me earlier that you need a 4G in order for the phone to work. So I think it depends on what provider you have.
Ah, because I've got 4G. Okay,
But it depends because I have, yeah, it's provider. Some provider have a very good signal and that some doesn't have.
Ah,
And
okay.
then what I've noticed with other people is that their iPhones has no audio,
Yeah.
the phone that they use, but the iPad has. So maybe they
Okay.
have a stronger signal in here in
Ah,
this
okay.
one.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a good. Luckily, the RBG had loaner tablets for the exhibit, and the lineup wasn't too long. This worked, but most of the art was in direct sunlight, and between this and the protective screen covers on the tablet and having to share the tablet, we didn't get the best experience, as these factors made the AR art difficult to see. Also, sharing an unfamiliar tablet meant no headphones, so the soundscape for each art piece did not carry with it the same impact. With two of us tied to the same tablet, it limited our engagement with the art as we struggled to make sure we could both see and hear. Later we discovered much of the details we missed entirely, like the petroglyphs on Biome Gateway and the portal to the new universe. Having said that, we were still engaging, playing with the art, and shooting fun shots of my niece with the AR art. The problem? The loaner tablet wouldn't let us send the photos to our email, leaving us somewhat disappointed at the end of the experience. While a missed opportunity for crowdsourced storytelling, this could have been avoided by simply letting us know this wasn't possible with the loaner tablets from the start. My takeaways? This was a cool experience and an interesting way to get people perceiving the world around them differently. The app, when working on a device, worked well and was a good solution to creating a GPS-triggered walk. They just need to figure out why it wasn't working on some devices, and either fix that or be clear as to what visitors need for their device to work. My nieces and my experience, both overheating in the sun and having difficulty seeing the AR art due to the sun's glare on our devices, emphasize the importance of user testing in designing, thinking about the user experience, health and safety, as well as the gardens and story in designing the layout of the exhibit. Fixing that, this is a solution I'd use. And based on the all ages and most abilities crowd participating in the exhibit, was an accessible design. So we're seeing this other piece of artwork now that is difficult to see because of the shining screen, but we're thinking that this would be a lot better if you could hear something about the art or a poem or some music, you know, something that kind of gives us an idea of what the piece is all about, why we're looking at it, as opposed to having to hit onto the info button for it. But if you hit on the info button there, so that will tell us about what we're seeing, which you can't see any of right now because we're in the bright sunlight. So you just see Marley's beautiful face. And my face now. Those are my thoughts. If you have other suggestions on how to make this augmented reality experience even richer and more accessible, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Thanks for joining me in exploring this extended reality experience. Until next time.